tomorrow is a Minecraft mob vote, and I want to go and take a look at all the new mobs that could be added to Minecraft, and see which one's better, and which one's worse, and which one's in between. So without further ado, let's start talking about them. So the first mob there is the glare. The glare, as far as I'm aware, is it goes over and basically yells at you when your house is dark or something. I don't completely understand, but it's interesting, but I don't ever see a use for it. If you need to know if an area is dark or not, just wait till it's nighttime and you'll see if there's a mob in there or not. That's pretty much as simple as that. If there's no mobs, there's no reason to, need to worry about it not being lit up. Or just if it looks dark to you. If it looks dark, then you need to put some torches down. Or if you want to go to the extreme, you can go over and use some resource packs to tell you if it's daylight or dark. So I don't completely see a use for that, but it is an interesting sounding mob. The next mob on the list is a copper golem. What does a copper golem mean, you might be wondering? Well, a copper golem is apparently a golem like the iron golem that can go over and press buttons. I don't know what use that would be, but it sounds really interesting. I'd assume that'd be quite nice if you had like a big redstone project or something. You could have a copper golem going over and pressing, all the redstone buttons and doing some redstone-y stuff. It would be quite interesting, but what would the use of that be anyway? Because you could just go over and use, pressure plates and chickens, and that works good. If you don't know, you could go over and put a chicken inside of an area with a pressure plate, and the chicken will just walk over the pressure plate, and, well, it will activate the pressure plate. That pretty much does the same thing as the golem would do, except the golem literally just presses the button instead of walks on a pressure plate. I don't know, that just seems a little bit interesting, but I don't know if that would be too useful either. But the third one is also a very, very interesting one. The third one is, of course, the Allay. Allay? I have no idea what it's called. The Allay, whatever it's called, is a mob where it goes over and picks up items. So for example, if you're going over and mining, you can feed the raw copper to the alley and it would go over and pick up all of the raw copper that it sees in the vicinity. So for example, if you're going over and branch mining, or not branch mining, but let's just say you have a haste 2 beacon and are clearing out an entire area, it would go over and it would pick up the, let's just say, copper on the ground that you mine, and it will bring it over to you, or it will bring it over to the closest note block. I don't know if that's to make noise, the note block, or not, but it will take it over to the closest note block. And that as well sounds like a very interesting sounding farm. Another option I could think of is, what about a mob farm? Could it be useful for a mob farm at all? If so, that would also be very nice, because maybe you could use that for, if you had a slime farm or something like that, that mob could be somewhat useful. That mob might be the best. So what are your thoughts? Which mob should they add? I'm really curious to hear. I will also give my opinion, but I swear we will not mess this up like Dream did last year. So my opinions are the glare. It's a very interesting mob, but what's the point of having a mob that simply screams at you when it's dark in your house? I don't know. I don't see a single use for that mob. It's nice sounding, but at the same time though, why would you need a green glob that yells at you when it's nighttime? And then there's the copper golem. That one I like because it can go over and press buttons, but at the same time though, you could just, like I said, use chickens or whatever and have them walk on the pressure plates. But maybe a button's better, I don't know. I'll leave that one for the people who know how to do redstone. I'm not gonna vote on that one, and I'm not gonna not vote on that one. Then the third option would be the Allay. I really think the Allay would be a good idea. The reason why is because if you're, let's say, tearing down this if you're tearing down this mountain over here, for example, and you want to collect all of the coal that you mine, but your inventory is going to be full because, well, that's a humongous mountain, and your inventory is going to be full no matter what you do. Well, what do you do? Well, you could empty your inventory out, or you could have a ally go over and pick up all the coal and drop it off by note block into a hopper. That right there seems really like the best option because all the other ones seem to be pretty useless. Yeah, the copper golem does sound pretty neat though. Like, can the copper golem go over and defend you against the mobs? Does it like mobs? Does it attack like the mobs do, or what does it do? I am really curious about that, because the copper golem is a really interesting sounding mob. Does it have any other use besides pressing buttons? Also, due to it being super late right now while recording, I forgot to say what mob I am voting for. I'm voting for the Allay. The reason why is because it's basically like a wireless hopper. I don't know, it just sounds really interesting. I really want to see what the Allay is, even if it doesn't win. I'm just genuinely curious. What is an Allay? Also, the mob vote is going up in around 6 hours, so I better get this video done.